Zabit Magomedsharipov, who last fought in November 2019, has been seen training with UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, sparking speculation about a potential return to the octagon. Zabit previously cited health issues and frustration over not receiving a promised title shot as reasons for his retirement. But that's not all. This next moment caught everyone's attention. Daniel Cormier supports Bo Nickal's assertion that he could out-wrestle Khamzat Chimaev in a pure wrestling match, emphasizing that Nickal never claimed he could beat Chimaev in an MMA fight.
Does it suck, though, at how much joy people seem to be taking from this? It's almost like they want the athlete to be confident. They want the athlete to be sure. But then when the athlete's sure, it's like, oh, he's too arrogant. Maybe Bo's going a little far talking about Chimaev. Here's what he never said, though, Chael. He never said he could beat Khamzat Chimaev in a fight. He said in a wrestling match, he would beat Khamzat Chimaev. And still to this day, I believe that. He never said he would beat Khamzat Chimaev. He can't beat Khamzat Chimaev. That was never a thing, at least not.
After earning a $50,000 bonus for his TKO victory over Ryan Spann, Azamat Mirzakhanov expressed concern over the taxes he would owe on the bonus. Azamat took the issue to Twitter, stating, "Still waiting for the money. Will I have to pay a lot of taxes?" To which Twitter user Clay responded, "Probably around 28% cause of federal tax, which is 24%, and low estate tax, which is 3.8%. There might be other taxes you have to pay on top of that, though I'm unsure on that." Azamat responded, "Now you spoiled my mood." Kamaru Usman revealed that his relationship with Belal Muhammad is strained, suggesting that security might be necessary if they cross paths at UFC 315.
Yeah, because I would say, I say that only because obviously I'm very level-headed and especially when I'm outside of the cage. But for the last almost 2 years now, a year and a half, I haven't been in the thick of it. There's a transition when you're not in it, because and people can't, they expect us to be these fighters and we're always on go mode, to where when I'm outside of the cage, people are like, "Why are you so calm? You're a scary fighter." But I'm not like that. And so when you're in the thick of it, you're on alert all the time. And even me and George St. Pierre, we had this conversation where he expressed that to me. He's like, when you're in it, you're always this defensive guy. And I hadn't been that for a while, but now that I'm back in the thick of it, yeah, you probably have to have security.
Corey Sandhagen addressed critics who believe he doesn't deserve a title shot by posting a humorous skit on Instagram where he plays both himself and a critical fan.
Well, hey there.
You again?
Well, I just want to tell you that I think that you did a really good job this weekend.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks.
But I also think that you don't even deserve a title shot still. You don't even deserve a title shot because last time you lost to Umar still. Yeah, Umar whooped you.
Well,
yeah, that's how the sport should be, because you shouldn't be able to fight for a title after you just lost to someone that just also lost for a title. And guess what? You know what else? Perry also whooped you, and he whooped you on October 22nd in 2001, and that was not even that long ago. So he deserves a title shot even way more than you do. Even way more than you do.
Yeah, dude, but I was winning that fight all the way up until I got knocked down, so that's not even like a good argument.
Yeah, I remember, because the one thing that hit you, it was like a spinning backflip and a punch afterwards, and knocked you down, and you look like a stupid idiot when you did that.
Are you done, dude? Can you just get the out of here?
Yeah, well, I'll leave when you finally admit that you don't even actually deserve that title shot.
No, dude, go f*** I do deserve it.
Say it!
How about I f*** you up, bitch?
Oh, you hit me. Mom says that you're not allowed to hit me ever in the face.
Ian Garry provided an in-depth analysis of his unanimous decision win over Carlos Prates, highlighting his strategic approach to neutralize Prates' left hand and maintain control throughout the fight.
Shadow Garry breaks down Ian with Shadow Garry. Carlos Prates' biggest weapon is his left hand. So my plan was to make him think that I'm going to try head kick him, so that he keeps bringing his hand up, so I make him block with his left hand, meaning that he's thinking about defending, not throwing. You can see his coach saying, "Bring your hand up, he's just looking to kick you on the head." Thank you for telling him to do that. I out-nerded the nerds. I love that the commentators understood the takedowns. I wasn't really hunting it, I wasn't really going for it, but you can watch Carlos Prates' whole body drop when he wants to be aggressive. Every time he did that, boom, take a leg, make him reset everything. He was closing up when I was beating him with speed, so I was ding, ding, boom, 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 boom. Going into that 5th round, I felt like I had a wounded animal stood across the octagon from me, and they're far more dangerous. We're 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the 5th round, and up until this point, I have completely dominated him. I made one error. I shot a sloppy takedown, and we rolled, and he reversed. That's all it takes sometimes in this game. Fucking idiot. He was just trying to land heavy hammer fist. Here he is, he lands 2 big ones in a row. I'm like, right, I gotta get out of here. Obviously there's been a rule change, so there's 3 points of contact. I thought he was gonna throw a kick or a knee, so I drop straight back down to my hip. I'm like, right, be smart. He starts loading punches. I'm like, cool, keep your legs, grab a hold of his leg, keep fighting. Defending, grab a leg again, keep him moving, go back to the leg, grab it. I was tired at this point. I've got blood spewing out my nose. 17 seconds left, he stands away. That's it. You blew your shot, mate. Can't get anything more. And there it is. That was a fun fight. That was a great fight. I looked f***ing amazing.
Following Bo Nickal's first professional loss to Rainier de Ridder, Michael Bisping and Nickal's coach, Mike Brown, defended the young fighter, emphasizing his potential and the need for experience.
You know, he's come through the UFC, he was undefeated, and I think some of the backlash is because people perceived that he was getting Dana White privilege, right? But I disagree. He went on the Contender. They didn't give him a contract because it was, you know, he was too early in his career. He had to come back twice, and he's stepped up, and he's still undefeated. He beat Paul Craig, and all right, Val Woodburn stepped up on short notice, and he knocked him out and stuff. And now he faces Rainier de Ridder, who is, I knew this. This was a bad matchup. This is a really bad match. And he chose to jump the gilly. You know, it was like, he'll learn. He's just so inexperienced. I think also when you look at the size of them both, Rainier de Ridder's gigantic. He's 6'4", and I'll throw you the baton now, Paul. But final thing, I heard it on good authority that I won't mention the name. They wanted this matchup. They called out Rainier de Ridder. They were offered another matchup. They went, no, we want Rainier. It's like, bro, the guy's now 20-2 with world-class jiu-jitsu. He might have shit the bed on that one. But for Bo Nickal, I mean, because I've been there, I've had the abuse. Because the people, you would think that this guy is broken into their home and beaten up.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, you get dickheads online, right? And you just ignore it. As I say, harness the good energy, block the bad. It's a joke, but it's true.
Here's what Bo Nickal's coach has to say. Things have been moving fast for Bo Nickal, and to this point, he has been able to make things happen and secure 6 finishes and 7 victories with the limited experience that he has. Bo has all the attributes that you want if your goal is to become a world champion in mixed martial arts. He has athleticism, a strong, confident mindset, a great family support system, and he started combat sports, specifically wrestling, at a very young age. These are all the boxes that you want to check when developing an elite MMA fighter. But the one thing Bo doesn't have is live fighting cage time, and for this there is no substitution. MMA fight experience is crucial, and actual time in the cage is extremely important. As a team, we had our concerns about moving so fast, and we realized the dangers of fighting such high-level opponents so early, but Bo is a unique athlete, and the UFC has him on a fast track. This past weekend, Bo's lack of experience showed. His wrestling and athleticism wasn't enough to overcome what was in front of him. Rainier de Ridder, now 22, was a multi-time 2-division world champion in ONE FC, a very reputable organization. Props to him for coming with a strong game plan and executing what was needed. This is the fight game, and it's cliche, but this is where we learn. This is where we make changes and where we make the biggest gains. I'm confident that this is going to fuel Bo, and it will help him direct his focus to another level. To all the critics dogpiling, remember Bo is nothing more than a man in an arena trying to support himself and his family. Despite a unanimous decision loss to Mason Jones, Jeremy Stephens expressed his intention to continue fighting, thanking fans for their support and stating, "Another sold out at Wells Fargo Center. That's number 2. For this year, first it was at Bare Knuckle FC, then at UFC. After 4 years away from the UFC and 8 weeks to prepare, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to give my hometown Des Moines, Iowa, a show. Y'all showed up and showed out, and I'm forever grateful. Just know, we ain't done." Alexander Volkanovski expressed a desire to rematch Ilia Topuria at lightweight, envisioning a scenario where Topuria wins the lightweight title and they face off again.
Perfect world would have been having that rematch to get the belt back.
Yeah.
But, you know, that just wasn't the case. And you've got to respect what he's doing. You know, he wants to chase he's done with the featherweight, wants to chase the lightweight. Let him do his thing. And then if we do it, maybe we do it at lightweight, you know, double champ again. Maybe does that, you know, I defend again. Does that put me in a position to imagine that if he was to win and then we have a rematch?
Oh God,
at
that'd be
lightweight.
incredible.
Oh man, like it doesn't get much bigger than that. That's perfect world for me. But again, you just a few things need to fall into place for that to happen, and that's obviously in time.
Speaking of Ilia Topuria, he started training camp and is in great shape, even if no fights are booked for him yet. Garry and Belal Muhammad had an unexpected run-in ahead of UFC 315, and it involved Garry's son getting in on the action. While Belal was mid-interview backstage, Garry approached with his child, who asked the welterweight contender a cheeky question about whether he could win on the feet.
Win on the feet? So can you say to him, Belal? Can you win on the feet?
We can.
Everyone. Say thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you more.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
This playful jab comes amid a tense atmosphere between Garry and the rest of the division, with Belal having previously dismissed Ian's status as a serious contender. Garry hasn't backed down from stirring things up, and bringing his son into the mix is just another layer to his escalating campaign for attention and relevance in the welterweight rankings. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to MMA Messenger and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.